Okay.
Face is screwed on in this movie.
Hey, so, look, I...
Between the end of that strange winter and the approach of New Year, my life went on without change. Day would dawn and I would repeat my alternation of spending time with my friends and honing my powers in the mind dungeon. It rained a lot last month. December's uncharacteristically warm, sweaty days only added to the anxiety I was feeling about New Year's Eve. Aside from the weather, there was hardly anything to distinguish one day from the next. Each day we trained, we hung out, we read the newspapers, we read about deaths, shootings, kidnappings, bombings. I worked at concentrating my attention on the real and useful. Even with all my friends with me, every now and then I would feel a violent stab of loneliness. The very water I drank, the very air I breathed, would feel like long, sharp needles. I could hear the roots of loneliness creeping through me when the world was hushed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Christmas was coming, and then, in a few days, the world might end. Could I really be the end? I was starting to love the world so much. All of my friends, my mom, even my sister. Everyone seemed so much more special when I realized how easily they could be lost.
Hey, so, look, I gotta go away for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back. Yeah, things will be fine.
Face is screwed on in this movie.
Hey, so,
Bittersweet. What a beautiful screenplay.
What part are you on?
The heroine has just played catch with her brother for the first time. Only it is her brother from the mirror world across the dark pond. The brother who actually treated her with kindness.
Yeah, that part chokes me up. Think about Aaron. Maybe he's across the dark pond in the mirror world. I don't know.
Is that where you picture your brother now, Claudio? In the mirror world?
I don't know. I just try and hope wherever he is, it's a good place. Something better than what he knew. And I knew what he knew. And it was beautiful. The Kasage X movie didn't make me think of Aaron, though. It made me think of Alexander, Aaron's friend.
Oh, that kid was a sad case. He was a weirdo and wanted to be just like Aaron. He copied him. Tried to take on his personality traits. But, didn't get why Aaron was so likable.
Yeah, the brother who pushes the heroine in the dark pond was a classic Alexander.
Oh, that reminds me. Are you going to the New Year's Eve party, Oscar?
I want to, but I still haven't memorized all of my lines. The script is so complex. Oh, I think I'm going to have to skip it.
It's cool. We'll see you New Year's Day.
It's the new millennium! Going to be a ball.
New millennium? What are you talking about? Oh no. Not near to.
Shh, don't say a word. He mustn't know. Not yet.
hey, so, look, I gotta go away for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back. Yeah, things will be fine.
Face is screwed on in this movie.
People can be so mean, don't you think, Alex?
Yeah,
I feel the same way. I've come to realize something. Something pretty screwed up. You are, we're the same. Like, literally the same. You're like a concept. Like a stuffed panda. The stuffed panda isn't just a stuffed panda, but the concept, that's where the importance is. A stuffed panda can be a friend. It can be a playful monster. It can be a protector. Whatever it needs to be, that's what it is. The concept of a stuffed panda is greater than any actual panda. Same thing with a crow. A crow is ugly. It's not welcome. No one would ever want one in their home, unless they were weird. So somehow, we're both the stuffed panda and the crow. We're not perfect. In fact, we kinda suck. We're absolutely mediocre young men. But have you stopped to look at who tells us how much we suck? A teenage goth girl who slept with someone twice her age. A bratty photographer responsible for one of the skeeziest websites on the net. A robot who would lead infinite amounts of boys to a life of solitude on a distant star just because one might hurt someone one day. No one ever said we'd hurt anyone. That wasn't written in stone. Just like how Dad said you'd never be able to learn to ride a bike. You fell off so many times. You were so bad at it. That's the same thing. People say you'll destroy the world enough times and damn, you'll grow to believe it. We get a bad rap, you and I. That's just because we had a lot growing up. Good mom, lots of money. We lived in a nice town. Things were easy for us. But you know what? That's just on a basic needs level. Life sucked. Dad left us. Mom was never home. Television raised us. No one was there to check out homework. Dad never called. Never. Not even to give us advice. Or put money into our bank account. That would have been nice. But yeah, we had everything else. No one ever judged us for the way we looked. No one was scared of us walking down the street. Maybe our life was on easy mode. I don't know. I've never lived another life, but I guess we're weak. Easy mode was too hard for us. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, man. So, look, here is the deal. The world is over. It's done. But there is another world, far away. I'm going to suggest something radical. Super radical. Go right now and kill Proto-U. You're strong. Stronger than you'll ever be. Go and fight him alone. And from there, maybe then you'll find happiness. Just avoid that robot. She's not a bad girl. She's just not good for you. We bring out the worst in each other, don't we? Yeah, so if you want to be happy, you'll need to kill Proto-U yourself. Then you'll be good to go. Just you, Panda, and Crow. The holy trinity of suburban mediocrity. Good luck, man. Oh, did you figure out the question? Yeah, I thought you did.
Okay. Okay.
Your face is screwed up in this amendment.
is it weird for you two being the same soul or whatever?
I don't think it feels real when you say it like that.
I imagine that if Bella were to suddenly become me, she would feel very weird. I am constantly experiencing the emotions of all of my parallel lives. I am often sad, happy, excited, and aroused at the same time.
Aroused?
I experience every human state.
Okay, moving on.
No, I want to hear more about this. Is this why you sometimes get a look of bliss on your face and stare off into the distance?
That's when somewhere in a parallel life she's kicking your ass for asking such stupid questions, Alex.
Easy there.
I wonder what I'm like in my parallel lives. I have to say, this parallel life stuff blows. Compared to the concept of past lives, this isn't very exciting. If we had past and future lives, we would get to be something different in the future. Now I just get to be me and not realize I'm so many other things at the same time.
Perhaps you too should get an android shell for your physical form.
Yeah! I could be like you. Except I'd have more of a personality.
Perhaps my problem is that I have too much personality, as I am always dealing with a variety of stupid people at once. For example, I am currently a 12-year-old Scottish boy who just asked out a girl on his first date.
What? Girl, that's crazy!
I've only ever been Scottish one other time. It was not fun.
Any way to tell what I'm like in a parallel life?
Oh my god, my mic has been muted the whole time.
Dungeon. But then you'd end up like Michael, so I wouldn't recommend it.
I wonder if I'm a super kick-ass man with bulging biceps.
Is that desirable?
I don't know. Is it not? I like to pretend you're a really feminine and timid girl in one of your parallel lives, Alex.
I think we're going to get along, Chandra.
Hey, so... Look, I gotta go away for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back. Okay, so I've got some questions for you, Miss The Essentia 2000. Do I need to use the, or can I just call you Essentia 2000? Or just 2000? Or what about E?
Is that your question?
Oh, no, sorry. So, what happens when people die? Does death bring you into the soul space, or is that something different?
You are asking a very complex question of me. The only thing I can say is that I do not have a definitive answer for you. I have spent many hours exploring the soul space. There, I have encountered many people. Some of them are parallel versions of myself. However, never have I met a version of myself that has died. When someone dies, I lose contact with them. I can no longer sense them. And yet, there have been times where I can still sense the presence of my other self. I have come to observe that the ultimate death, to cease to exist entirely, only happens to those with worldly bonds. Death never truly comes to those who look out to the future.
So, what I'm getting from this is, you believe that if you die caring only about the world, you die forever?
I would say that is a possibility. However, please know that when I say the world, or worldly, I mean people who care for worldly goods, money, cars, physical possessions. I believe that companionship between souls is the only thing worth caring about. In this reality, it seems as if people only care about themselves and what they own. In many of my parallel lives, I have encountered individuals like this, but never as many destined for the ultimate death.
My sister cared about me, about my mom, my dad, and a lot of people. She gave away her things before she died. I think she wasn't a worldly person.
Rory, I am sure your sister was as fine a soul as you. I am eternally sorrowful that she ended her own life. Life is a rare thing. Many lives in all universes never take physical form, and to throw that gift away is a tragic thing.
I think I want to help people who feel that way. That I want to try and save people who want their lives to end. When this whole thing is over and we've saved everyone, I'm going to help everyone realize how precious this is. Yeah, I know it sounded lame, but I believe it.
Alex could learn quite a bit from you.
What? Lay off.
You've unlocked The End Is Nigh.
Hey, so... Look, I gotta go away for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back. Yeah, things will be fine.
Kick back and get high.
I'm terrible at this. Try not to make the same mistakes I made.
So I've heard that there is an ending to the game called Proto.
Okay.
I'm guessing we're going to figure out where the Proto is at some point, and then later at a point when in a New Game Plus cycle where it's just Alex in the party, you go beat it up.
Okay, I have a very serious question, and I'm really hoping you can answer it seriously.
I will do my best.
Does Mahou Shoujo Haru know she might exist in other realities? Am I crazy in thinking that this anime transcends time and space?
Yes.
Damn. I was really hoping it actually was as important to everyone as it is to me.
No, I mean, yes, it does exist in other realities. In one reality, the three sisters are brothers. In another, they are three sea lions. And of course, in one, they are all cats who are dating.
Dating cats? But they're still sisters, right?
Yes.
That sounds so freaking awesome! This brings a whole new dimension! I almost want to astral project myself into the soul space right now and check out these various iterations of Mahou Shoujo Haru no Shimai!
Please tell me you're joking. There is no way that this is a thing.
I'm afraid it is.
Hey, so... Look, I gotta go away for a while.
Also, Alex calling it the end of winter when winter hasn't started yet.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. As long as you're okay.
Bella is lying.
What? She just said she was okay. Man, I wish I could get in her mind like you can.
You do not need a pan-dimensional mental link with Bella to see that she is lying.
That's how it feels sometimes.
I just wanted to tell you that you've come to mean a lot to me, Alex. You, Michael, Chandra, everyone. I'm so happy I left my reality for this one. Even if this one ends, that year I had with you and everyone else was totally worth it.
I couldn't imagine my life without this reality. Without this, Alex. You are so very important.
No.
Hey, so... Look, I gotta go away for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back.
Alex, there is something I'd like to ask you, and it's going to be a bit tough for you to hear.
What's up?
When the end comes, and there is nothing left to do but die, will you leave your body behind and join me in the soul space?
You really don't think we can win, do you?
I am afraid I don't know either way. I believe we may have a chance. All things are always 50-50. They will either happen or not happen.
What's it like to enter the soul space? Does it hurt?
You are reduced to pure spirit. Your flesh dissolves. Your form dissipates. You will float in space, liberated from corporeal form. You exist with the freedom to travel wherever you please. You are adrift in the void. It is magical, and it does not hurt.
So how do I do it?
You must realize how unimportant you are. You must surrender yourself to the soul space, and forfeit your right to a physical form. Agree to give up your lot in physical space, and accept that you do not need it. Admit to yourself that your physical form is nothing more than a crutch.
I don't know if I could do that. I have only ever known a physical form. I can't imagine not living like this. Eating, drinking, reading, playing games. That's what life is to me. I understand that there's more. I really do, but I can't let go of what I've been trained to know.
Maybe this is why you've never felt the existence of the soul space. You have never lost anything. Don't worry. When the reality around you is obliterated, you will understand loss.
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
Hey, so... Look, I gotta go.
I awoke in the middle of the night. I thought I'd heard sleigh bells far away, like the background of a Christmas song. Chimes, maybe? A church? I sat up in the bed and felt for my panda. He was still asleep. He slept more soundly than I did these days. I sat still and listened hard, but the only sound I could hear was the faint, dry thumping of my own heart. Months ago, I hated when my heart raced. It either meant I was nervous, or I had been forced to exercise against my will. That's changed. With all the time I've spent training in the mind dungeon, everything feels clear. My mind, my muscles, everything was coming into focus. I lived for the moments when I could feel my heart beat. I became excited for every pump forcing blood through my body. I felt alive. I was going to hold on to this feeling as long as I could. Where did that music come from? Maybe I'd been dreaming after all. I thought back to earlier in the summer. I used to dream all the time, but lately my dreams were fevered and confused. I missed when I dreamed of the Essentia 2000. I wondered where she was. Where did she go at night? Why didn't she ever stay with me? Where do transdimensional androids go at night?
Panda. Panda. Wake up. Panda.
What time is it?
4 a.m.
What's wrong? Is the house on fire?
No. Where do you think the Essentia 2000 goes at night?
Probably to stay over a hotter guy's house.
You think so? Think she has an android boyfriend out there somewhere?
Yes, probably. Go back to sleep and dream of metal sheep.
Hey, so... Look, I gotta go away for a while. I don't know when...
So, I have a serious question. It's pretty deep, and I'm a little afraid of the answer.
What's up?
I find it unlikely that she expects you to answer, Alex. Obviously, this question is aimed at either the Essentia 2000 or myself.
So, if each reality is drastically different from each other, what does it mean if two realities share a common concept? Does this make this concept more real?
First, I should note that there are similarities between each reality, and then there are not. Some realities are strikingly close to one another. For me to answer the question, I will need you to give me a specific example, perhaps something more complex than, if the sun is blue in two realities, does that make it actually blue over the suns that are yellow or chicken?
Okay, fine. Does the concept of God exist in all realities?
No. God does exist in some realities. In others, he does not.
So, are you saying in some realities God is a present force that you can get direct feedback from?
How nicely worded. And yes, that is correct.
So then, if God made all the realities and yet doesn't exist in some, does this make God less important? Less omnipotent? If there is a God in one reality and not in another, why would God make a reality that doesn't have him in it? That seems pretty bogus to me. Almost like the people who get God in their reality are lucky, or less lucky, depending on how you look at it.
She's lying.
Who is?
The Ascension 2000 is lying. She doesn't know if there is a God in another reality. I've seen many realities, and some do not have the word God, or have a concept of spirituality. But there is no reality that directly has a God or does not. She can't know the answer to this question. She is lying.
Now I don't know what to believe.
There might be a God. There might not be. Don't let a piece of electronic junk, no offense, tell you what to do.
Okay, if she's leaving, I'm gonna get out of here. Way too many dudes.
Alex, listen to me. Something is seriously wrong here. Can you feel it? It's in the air. The air is different. The light is different. Everything this reality knows to be true feels wrong. It's as if everything is in flux. Can you feel it? Alex?
Look, man, I'm getting tired. Let's sleep on that.
Unlocked flaming hula hoop.
Gotta go away for a while. I don't know when I'm coming back.
A pyrotechnical marvel. And that is all the hangouts, I guess. I guess I'll go ahead and hit save here as a precautionary measure. I want to see what happens when I hit go out at night. Like, is that how I can look at the one email? Nope. Yes, I can poke around a little. I don't think much is going to be different. I spoke too soon? You struggle to describe what is known as déjà rave. Is it a dream you've had before? Surely it must be. Otherwise, your senses fail you. You don't wake up for another 6 hours. Do you remember when you kissed Michael and Allison wouldn't talk to you for a month? I kind of just want to see if there's anyone out here besides the visitors. Actually, can I go to other maps at night? I can. I'm gonna try this one more time. Oh, I was too close. And it's just a thin hoodie. I'm just curious to see if there's any, like, changes. I mean, I know you can get the expensive healing items at night. It's just kind of neat. You know, during the other nighttime segments, you don't really get the opportunity to just poke around most of the maps. Whoa. Wait. Here too? You remember when he lied to you? Fucking lied to you, bro. You know your motivation. I don't know why I must direct you. That burst in the sky is not here. At night, the sea is as a blackened pond. Yes, the reservoir is more like the pond, but shush. Remember when Rory asked you for a favor and you stood him up? Hesitate. Fail to grab the dreamed connections. The faces fade. You awake with no knowledge of your mistakes. No insight is gained. You failed to obtain ego death. Oh yeah, Rory is in the party even though it's like nighttime. Is he gonna be here too? Like, it's labeled Mountain Town, but it's also not really a town the way the other maps are. Even with an active motive of hunting the Kisage X sightings, it's also just neat to see the town's differences at night. You remember when you were kidnapped? Man, that was brutal. You can't bring yourself to jump in the water. You think it might be freezing, but you fear that which makes you like the good brother. You fear this call of despair, but you love it. You masturbate to it. You lather your body in it while pretending not to look. You love the blackened pond. You love your reflection. I didn't know they were going to make it textual, that it's, you know, just the water at night. Remember when they kicked you out of the dorm? Pretty funny. That one wasn't even your fault. Sometimes it's not your fault. Seek the sun, and... What's the third thing again? What is it you're missing? I don't get this character yet. Sun, self... Holy thief. No Kisage at KNN? Dad saw a friend from work and we were left in the parking lot until the mall closed. We wanted to go in, but Dad told us to stay here. When he finally came back, he mocked you for not going in the mall. He said you're too much like Mom. I'm sorry they're making me do this to you. I'm sorry you didn't see the pattern in the chaos. Remember when Mom threw the phone at Dad? Got so mad we didn't see him for days. Who's on the phone again? This scene, you experience déjà vu. Hits you like an epiphany. You start to question if the feeling is real. Everything insists. Let's see, the last map to check. I don't think that anything's gonna be in the internet cafe. Can't even interact with the locked door. Alright. I guess I can check the maps north of Frankton. This is the only place that has a nighttime skybox with, like, a real moon. I guess he's busy inside the place. Which makes sense? Other place to check is the mountain trail. Okay. I think that will have been all of the Kisage X sightings then. I'm gonna save here. And next time, it should be the countdown to the end. I apologize for the mic problems.